Greetings to the Bed of Ice Slayer. I'm the Sinister GM, Slayer of Bed of Ice, and on this episode, let's discuss who owns the story. If you say the players own the story, you're dead wrong. If you say the DM owns the story, you're also wrong. The story belongs to the players, the DM, and the dice. 3 controllers, 3 forces, 3 agencies constantly colliding against each other. And every time one of them tries to dominate the others, the story starts dying. In epic fantasy stories like The Lord of the Rings, The Song of Ice and Fire, The Wheel of Time, the author controls everything. Every character decision, every world response, every success, every failure, every death, every triumph, every coincidence, the author decides. And because of that, those stories are authored narratives. TTRPGs are different. In TTRPGs, the players only control the decisions their characters make, how they think, how they act, how they interact with the world. That is player agency. The DM controls the world, its people, its factions, its enemies, its politics, its dangers, its consequences, and how all of those things respond to the player's decisions within the logic of the world. That is DM agency. And then there's the little-known third owner, the dice. The dice provide the uncontrolled chaos that neither the players nor the DM fully command. Call it luck, fate, uncertainty, chance. The dice exist to deny total control, because the moment one side fully controls the outcome, the game starts becoming a performance. Staged, scripted, controlled, protected from uncertainty, protected from failure. And some of you are doing exactly that. Some players do not want emergent storytelling. You want protected protagonist. You want worlds that bend around your character's fantasy. You want consequences softened, failure redirected, the dice ignored, the world adjusted. You demand agency when what you really want is authority over outcomes. And some DMs are guilty too. Some DMs are so terrified of upsetting players that they start protecting the player-owned narrative itself. Fudging outcomes, removing consequences, softening the world, manipulating roles, forcing emotional moments, protecting story arcs from failure. Trying to make sure the player's right story happens. But other DMs go even further. They stop allowing the story to emerge at all, protecting their story and world from player choices and the fate of dice results. Every encounter planned towards a specific outcome, every NPC designed to force a direction, every failure redirected, every victory predetermined, every emotional moment scripted in advance. The players still speak, but the story was already decided before the dice hit the table. Now the DM is not adjudicating a world, they are directing a stage production. And once either side starts controlling outcomes, the story stops emerging. When one side has seized authorial control, now the story becomes manufactured. A performance pretending to be gameplay. The players are no longer overcoming the world. The DM is no longer adjudicating the world. And the dice are no longer deciding uncertainty. Now everyone is negotiating scenes they want validated. And that kills the very thing that makes TTRPG stories powerful. Uncertainty. Because uncertainty creates tension. Tension creates risk. Risk creates consequence. And consequence is what makes choices meaningful. That is where memorable stories come from. Not from guaranteed success, not from protected narratives, not from scripted victories, but from moments nobody controlled. The failed roll that changed the campaign, the character death nobody expected, the gamble that somehow worked, the plan that collapsed, and the desperate recovery after disaster, the victory that almost never happened. Those moments become legendary because nobody at the table knew what would happen. Not the players, not the DM, not even the dice. That is emergent storytelling. The players make the choices, the DM makes the world respond, the dice inject uncertainty, and the story emerges from the collision between all three. That is why TTRPG stories can become more personal, more emotional, and more unforgettable than authored fiction, because they are not fully controlled. And the moment you remove uncertainty, you remove the possibility of truly earning the story. If there's no real risk, there's no real reward. If failure is impossible, victory becomes artificial. And if the outcome was guaranteed from the beginning, then nobody created an epic story. They just performed one. Until next time, stop trying to control the outcome and let the story emerge. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, or follow.